In this video, I'm going to go over some reasons why you should not build your own lithium iron phosphate battery pack and unbox a great US made option at a good price. Welcome to Freely Roaming. My name is Dan, and since 2008, my family and I have been traveling around the world in our self-made camper van. For the last 4 years, we've been traveling across Europe, Turkey, and Morocco. And 3 months ago, we started making our way west from Croatia towards Belgium in preparations for shipping our van back to the United States. And as you can tell, we're no longer in Croatia or in our van. We're actually in a hotel room in Pennsylvania waiting for our van to arrive. One of the nice things about being back in North America is the wider availability of camper van parts. Depending on where you are in Europe, we found it more difficult, if not sometimes completely impossible, to get the gears that we wanted to have in our camper van. These items include some of these higher end lithium iron phosphate batteries. As many of you know, I built a DIY lithium iron phosphate battery pack that we've been using in our van for the past 2 years. It has worked for us flawlessly, and I've added some extra features such as a thermostatically controlled heating pad so we can travel in colder temperatures without any problems. But I understand that a DIY lithium iron phosphate battery pack is not something that everybody feels comfortable building. I don't blame you. It is inherently dangerous and can cause harm or even death if improperly built. To attempt to build your own battery pack, not only do you have to know the technical knowledge of building it, you have to also have the proper tools. And for somebody just trying to build one battery pack for themselves, it may not be completely practical. Having a professional build it for you can be a very appealing idea. They have the proper tools, they know the proper calculations to make sure they get the right size lugs, the right size wires, and also put together a system that's going to work properly over a long period of time. Another thing you want to consider when you build your own DIY battery pack is whether or not your vehicle's insurance company will continue to insure you with that installed into your camper van. When you're dealing with a large lithium battery with such high potential energy, it can be very dangerous, and you might want to consult with your insurance company to make sure that they allow it. In case something happens, you want to make sure that you're covered. Another reason why 2 years ago I built my own DIY battery is the abundance of raw cells that were available at the time compared to the cost of commercially built batteries. Now, things have changed a lot over the last 2 years. The pandemic has caused a lot of logistical issues, not just in shipping, but also in production and manufacturing of these raw cells. As many of you have commented in my videos, some of these raw cells no longer sell for such a low price as it did when I purchased mine. This is as of April 2022, so if you're watching this video from far into the future, your market conditions might be different. Now, you may think commercial companies must have the same problem. However, because they deal with such larger volumes and they have dedicated resources to deal with these logistics, a lot of them have been able to procure large numbers of these raw cells in their battery production. And because a lot of people have been building camper vans or buying RVs, commercially made lithium iron phosphate battery packs have actually gone down in price. So if you're in this category of folks who are either unwilling to build your own battery pack for safety, or if you're just unwilling to wait for the shipping logistics to ease, I want to show you guys today a ready-to-go, commercially built option that you can buy and order and have it shipped directly to you today from California. This is really heavy. This is a 3 kilowatt hour, 12 volt lithium iron phosphate battery pack from the folks at BigBattery.com. It's really heavy. This is the BigBattery 12 volt Owl Max 2. I'm going to tell you guys a bit about this battery, but make sure you stick around to the end so I can give you a discount code that gives you 10% off your entire order at Big Battery. It is housed in a rugged and easily serviceable aluminum enclosure with a voltage display, on-off button, as well as a port to attach the included 4-gauge battery cable with an Anderson connector. It has a max continuous discharge current at 170 amperes, which is a little less than 1C for this battery pack, but it can also peak for 6 seconds at double that rate of 350 amperes. In watts, it can power continuously at 2,240 watts, which is more than enough for an induction cooktop or practically any other power draw you may have in your camper van. It weighs 52 pounds, measures 13.1 inches tall, 10.25 inches long and 7.5 inches wide. Its built-in BMS has over voltage, under voltage, over current, as well as an internal 300 ampere safety fuse. And all of BigBattery's packs also offer a 10-year warranty, and like I said, it ships directly from California. The spec sheet does not specify if there's any low temperature cutoff features, but I will test to see if it has this feature in another video and let you guys know how it works. It came really well packaged, so in fact I'm going to show you guys the actual unboxing of this battery right now. Okay, this is from BigBattery.com. It is pretty heavy. Doesn't say exactly how much it weighs, but I will say that it probably weighs 60 pounds or so, maybe more, maybe 70, 80, but either way it's pretty heavy. But I will say though, it is very well packed. It has these straps so it doesn't come apart. It's in a nice cardboard box with all the relevant labels. Shows that it's batteries inside. Says that's heavy. Lift with care. This way up. It has a phone number and some kind of code in case anybody needs to be called. Fragile. From BigBattery.com. This is their 12-volt lithium iron phosphate battery that is made to go into campers. A good alternative for somebody who's not comfortable doing a DIY battery. Made in California, actually, but it is made of Chinese cells. So one thing that people need to know is that when somebody says their battery is made in the USA, what they're actually saying is that the battery is assembled from parts. It is assembled in the USA, so not all the parts are going to be US. As a matter of fact, most batteries that you'll see, including the big names like Battleborn, they use Chinese parts. So don't think that when you're doing a DIY battery where you buy all your parts from AliExpress or Amazon or wherever, that some of these parts are coming from China, that suddenly it's worse for you. It is actually even more made in America than these other batteries that are labeled made in America, because you're making it yourself. So wherever you're making it, it becomes a product of that place. Okay, I really should have had a knife or scissors to do this. All right, here we go. At the very top, you got this heavy-duty Anderson connector. This is how you connect to the battery. That is a serious battery cable. Nicely crimped and shrink wrapped with plated copper lugs. Nice. Comes in a bag. Foam padding. See if I can lift that up. Really thick foam padding, so this is packed really well. Look at that. Look how thick the foam padding is. Completely encases the battery. And then there's the indentation from this cable. And then the battery itself is in the middle. And that's what's so heavy. Here it is. That's the battery. It's in a metal enclosure It has nice heavy duty rope handles so you can carry this. And the bottom of the box is just that. So all you get in this box is the battery connector, the battery, and really thick foam protection. There's the box, and here's the foam that encases the entire battery when it's shipped. So really well protected. Very impressed. Look at that. Nice job, BigBattery. So here it is. 300 amp fuse built in. Here's the specs. For those of you that want to see the specs. Max 2. It's a 3 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate 12 volt battery. And then there's a power button right there. So I'll go and power that on. Is at 13.3 volts. Just where you want it to be for transport. When you store a battery, you don't want it to be fully charged or completely depleted. You want it to be about 50%, and I suspect that's what they've done here. And then right here on the side is the port where you plug in your Anderson plug. Not going to do that yet because these two lugs are exposed. If I plug it in and then these two touch, we could have a problem. There you go. That's the unboxing of my BigBattery Max 2 lithium iron phosphate battery pack. These guys have been designing and building battery packs straight out of Southern California. From time to time I get comments in my videos saying that my batteries are made in China and I should be buying batteries that are made in America. So here's one for you. However, it is important to note that even quote-unquote made in USA battery packs are using components that are sourced from overseas. So that means, technically speaking, my DIY battery pack is actually made in Croatia using components that I order from Amazon and from AliExpress. So what is actually important is that companies like BigBattery are designing and manufacturing battery packs in California, and from what I can tell so far, they're extremely high quality and designed with safety in mind. I have several more videos planned for this battery pack, so make sure you come back so you can see how exactly this battery performs. In summary, here's some reasons why you should consider a commercially built battery like this Max 2. One, if you don't want to wait for the long shipping delays due to the recent global concerns. And two, if you're looking for a product that's been thoroughly tested and assembled by professionals. Three, you want a warranty to go with your battery pack. Four, you do not want to risk voiding your insurance of your vehicle by having a DIY battery pack in your camper. And five, you don't mind paying a little bit more for all of these benefits listed above. Now, BigBattery is not paying me to make this video, but I did ask them to supply one of these units for review and evaluation. As I'm now back in the United States for a while, I look forward to reviewing products just like this. There are several videos already of the Max 2 battery on YouTube. I've seen some of them, and the reviews have been really positive. And in fact, if this battery works out as I expect it to, I plan on replacing my existing DIY battery pack with two of these. Because the fact that they're taller, it takes up less space as far as its footprint is concerned. I can fit two of these in the same space that my current DIY pack resides. Compared to my 280 amp hour battery, this one being 228, I would actually get 63% more battery capacity by switching and have a bit more peace of mind as far as insurance is concerned. I know many of you who have watched my videos have had concerns about the shipping delays coming out of China. So BigBattery has told me that they have a warehouse full of these batteries that are ready to ship from California. If you decide to order one of these, I've also secured a 10% discount on your entire order through BigBattery.com. That'll give you about $144 off of one of these batteries if you choose to order from them. Just use the code FREELY10 when you check out. With the 10% off discount, you're basically getting tax and shipping on this unit for free, depending on the size of the order and where you're shipping to. As compared to other popular lithium iron phosphate battery packs commercially available for sale, they cost around $725 per kilowatt hours, while this pack is a great value at $490 per kilowatt hours. That's nearly 50% less at a per kilowatt hour cost. And if you're like me, the smaller footprint packs more capacity in a place where space is premium. So that's it. I hope this video has been helpful for you guys to get a look at BigBattery's Owl Max 2 battery. Stick around as I do a complete review of this battery, including a capacity test. I plan to also build a thermostatically controlled heating system for this battery for those of you that live in cold climates, or if you like to take your camper in the snow. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.